Hi, this is Erica of LifeBlazing.com. This is episode 3 of the Empathic Revolution. And in episode 2, at the end of it, I promised to answer 2 questions in this video. Question 1, what's so revolutionary about empathy? And question 2, what's so empathic about this revolution? So let's dig in with question 1. What is so revolutionary about empathy? Well, first, let's define empathy. Most simply, it is the ability to feel another. Go deeper. It's the ability to feel into another. Go deepest. It's the ability to feel as if another. That is empathy. It is seeing a picture of a finger cut, and obviously you don't bleed, but you feel the pain as if you were cut. That's an example. So, okay, there's not time to go deeply into this, but that's the simplest, definition. And the thing that makes empathy so revolutionary is that our culture currently is antagonistic toward empathy because it's based on a competitive model that presumes a lot of you know for me to prosper, you have to suffer, and this one-upmanship and just basic inequity. So it's not really a friendly zone for empathy, especially, I mean, the principles of the West. And so to be an empath and to live as a conscious, mindful, aware, and alert empath, it is countercultural. It is revolutionary to live from a place of your heart. Okay, not a doormat, but heart. And so if your first impulse is to love, to heal, to add beauty, and you are surrounded or immersed in an environment that doesn't get those things, or it certainly doesn't value them, it just there's this constant seduction to stuff that down, to stuff that way of being down. But for those of us that are, our nature is what it is, in order to live our being truthfully, it has required some revolutionary mindedness on our part. Okay, so the basic answer to the question, what's so revolutionary about empathy, is that culture doesn't support it yet. Now, getting into the answer for question 2, what is so empathic about this revolution? The scales are tipping. And so some of the things that used to be considered marginal, edgy, woo-woo, metaphysical, unverifiable, soft science, etc., some of those things that have been not properly embraced and utilized will become the norm, thankfully, will become the norm. And so that means the revolution, the etymology of that word, it means to turn around. A revolution is a revolt. To revolt is to literally turn around. And so you say to the current means of governance or authority, or the current establishment, which at the moment is pretty greed-based and heartless, you say to that existing pillar or structure, no more. You do an about face, you turn around, and it is a new regime. And so what's so empathic about this revolution? There is a turning, no doubt about it. There's a turning. You look at our financial systems, our economic systems, look at our natural systems. I mean, the climate, look at our planet. Talk about revolting. So there's shaking and turning around on every sphere going on for us on this planet. And so it's not a question of, is there a revolution? It's just like, what kind? And so my sense and my confident sense is that it is a bringing forth of empathy. It is a bringing forth of a new way of being. This speaks to our best and highest parts. Greed and the constant obsession with self, that is not our best and highest part. It doesn't have longevity. We can't continue on into blissful oblivion with it. So it's crumbling. And the empathic way, oh my gosh, the empathic way knows that love is not a weak sentiment. The empathic way knows that love is all. It is all. It provides all. It is sufficient for all. There need be no scurrying, no violence, no hostility, scarcity, insecurity. That is, that's a rocky road that can be ascended. And we're entering into that. Mm. And so, to summarize the second question, what is so empathic about this revolution is what fuels it, what drives it. It's the fact that this turning around of our way of life, right? This turning around is being driven and funded and sourced by benevolence, by tenderness, by sharing and openness and transparency, by optimism and hope, yeah, by profound concern for the person to our left and to our right. That's what's so empathic about this revolution. So this is just barely skimmed the surface on unpacking those two important words. And so the conversation has to start somewhere. So that's what we're doing, getting it started. And then we're going to put some walk into our talk in episode 4. There we're going to talk about what we can do to put our heart in action. What does activated empathy look like? That's what episode 4 is about. And I'm inviting comments. I'm inviting your questions. I'm inviting your critique, your challenge. Don't argue with me. I won't respond to argument because I'm too on fire for the love mission I've said yes to. But I do invite you to engage with me and become a part of this conversation with me. I look forward to continuing it. So much love to you.